Okay. I'm not quite sure the sort of the more I think it's gonna be the story, but I think it's just quite this story's always struck me as quite interesting. I think it reveals something to me about my mindset in the past and how where I think I've gone wrong in terms of thinking about the future. So I remember one time I was traveling around Italy, and I had I had a fucking mental like trip basically. Um, I had a I got a boat back from Durrës in Albania to Bari. I had to take a boat from Bari which is like on the east coast of Italy to Naples because I had a flight, and I took an overnight coach to um, back to Naples, and I arrived and it was like 2 in the morning, and I was just walking through Naples in the middle of the night, in like the most roughest areas of Naples. Like literally, there were prostitutes just on the street. Like that's how rough it was. Um, and I was like, right, I can't hang around here. Like this is not gonna work. I need to find somewhere to stay. Um, and obviously, like it was the middle of the night, so everywhere was shut. Um, and I was thinking about just going down to the beach and just camping out by the waterfront. But I just thought, I've got all my stuff on me. It just felt very unsafe basically. And I was like, you know, I've got to find somewhere to stay. And I called up like every place in Naples, and nowhere was open. Obviously, um, no hotels, no hostels, nothing. Anyway, um, I eventually found one place that was open, um, but it was an expensive hotel. It was like, yeah, like a really nice. I don't know if it wasn't like a proper 5 star, but it's like one of those things where you get like a complimentary breakfast. You have an ensuite um, in the in the room. Like all the staff are sort of wearing ties and stuff. It was like very very posh, and it was the only place that was open because it was so expensive. Um, and I was like just desperate to find somewhere, um, and so I decided to go for it. I just went up to the guy at the counter, and I was like, "How much for a room?" And he was like, €100, and that was like an awful lot. I mean, it's not that much in the grand scheme of things, I guess. But I was like, "Fuck this,". But anyway, I paid for this room, and I went up to the room, and it was just the most beautiful room, like you can imagine. Like really blackout curtains, massive beds, beautiful ensuite. Um, and I was just winding down. I had a sort of push up routine at this point, so I was doing these push ups. And I had a shower, and then I got into bed, and while I was doing all this, I thought, because basically at the time, I hadn't thought a lot. I hadn't thought a lot about what I was going to do for a career after university, and I do a humanities degree, so a lot of it is quite sort of like the job opportunities aren't fantastic for a humanities degree, and I was a bit like, you know, is this, I kind of thought in my head, I was like, I just kind of accepted the idea that I wasn't going to make a lot of money in life, because that was the kind of path I was on. And I was just sitting in this lovely hotel, and I just thought, well, does that mean that this might be one of the only times in my life where I actually um, like paid to stay in a nice hotel? out of my own money. And I just kind of thought, yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Better make the most of it. And yeah, it's an incredibly depressing thought when I look back at it. And I'm in a very different thought process now, because I guess I have more of a, what you call, an abundance mentality towards money. I don't think what I've done in the past has any bearing on what I do in the future. One of the things I've realised is that, in the grand scheme of things, 22 is still very young, and basically until you have kids, in terms of a career, if you've got an open mind to things, I don't think anything's a foregone conclusion. So yeah, I don't know exactly how I'm going to make money in the future, but I'm quite content with the idea that it's going to take up a lot of my time. And maybe I'm going to pursue things that, I'm sort of interested in. Like, it depends how much I want to do, just make money, and how much I want to do something interesting. Because in a sense, like this YouTube, you can make a lot of money from it, but it's not as much as, I'm not doing it just to make money as such. I think it's a fun thing to do. And I'm not necessarily saying it's going to be a career, but let's say it was, like, it's more as a sort of enjoyment element. It's not kind of a thing of joining a sales job and just racking up as much money as possible. So, I'm not sure which side of the spectrum I'm going to fall on, but I'm going to work very hard at something, and I'm going to be rewarded in some sense financially for that. So I just think, I will make a lot of money, and do what I can to for that to be for the better, But yeah, that's just a video about an experience I had. Thanks for watching, guys.